Hi everyone, welcome to another beading tutorial, and in this tutorial I want to show you how to make this really pretty Rounduo. It's called Classey Rounduo Pendant, and it's made with the new Rounduo beads. It doesn't show a lot of them, but it does hold the Rivioli in the middle, so it's kind of unique like that. It's really pretty. And the new Rounduos come from Potomac Bead Company, and they are only sold through the Potomac Bead Company because they were made exclusively for that company, just like the check cup buttons. So these are check Rounduos. And I guess they sent a lot of designers some samples, and I got some really gorgeous colors from them to try, and I ended up actually ordering them before I even got these. So I do have other colors coming, and I do have a lot of things in mind what I'd like to make with them. So in this this pendant, it's really easy to make. It's really lovely, and I really love that Rivioli in the middle. And the actual duos, the Rounduos, are holding that Rivioli in place, and that Rivioli isn't moving. So for this, you need a little bit of supplies, a few different kinds, but very few of each. So for this, you're going to need 33 O beads, and I'm using a silver. These are called Crystal Labrador. So you need 33 of those. You're going to need 12 of your new Rounduos, and this is in Jet AB. You will need 12 pearls in a 6mm, so these are 6mm pearls. I'm using a crystal silver lined 15O seed bead as well. You're also going to need 11O seed bead, and I'm using Toho in, I'm not sure what color that is because, ouch, my container disappeared. That's weird. Oh, they're right here. These are called Gold Luster Raspberry, and they're a Toho seed bead. You will need 8 6mm check Firepolish, and I'm using 2 colors, so I'm using black and a crystal AB again, so I'm using 4 of each. You're going to need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 Superduos, and they have all been checked to make sure both holes are open. And you're going to need a 14mm Rivioli, and this is Swarovski Rivioli. You're also going to need 6-pound Fireline. Actually, you can use 6 or 8. I'm using 6, and I'm just going to go through my work more with 6-pound. And you're also going to need a size 10 beading needle and a pair of scissors. So I'm going to go dump these beads, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I've strung about 1.5 yards of Fireline on my needle, and I've strung on 4, so 1 Superduo, or 1 O bead, 1 Rounduo, 1 O bead, Rounduo, O bead, Rounduo, O bead, and a Rounduo. So I've strung 1 of each on, so you should have 4 of each on your line. Wrap it around your fingers, and you're going to go through all these beads again and make sure you stay in the same hole that you're in right now in your Rounduos, and don't go through the top hole like that. Okay, and pull this. Wow, that's a long tail. You just need about a 6-inch tail. So I'm just going to go through all these beads again, just to reinforce this ring. So I'm just going through them all like that. And then I'm going to exit out of one of the Rounduos, but I want to exit in the one past my tail. Okay, because my tail annoys me the best of times. It gets snagged in it. Alright, so I'm exiting out of the Rounduo that's adjacent to my My tail's here, and I'm exiting on this side. So now I'm just going to bring my needle up into that second hole of the Rounduo. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but there is a second hole, and I'm going to go in it like this. And you'll probably see the little thread that I carry over. Can you see that? All right. Now you're going to pick up 2 Superduos, and you're going to go into the second hole of the next Rounduo. So you're going into the top holes, adding your 2 Superduos in there, like so. 2 more Superduos. Add those in there like so. 2 more Superduos. And in there like that. And 2 more. And now you're going to go into your first Superduo you put on. Pull this nice and tight. Keep your work pulled tight. And go into the second Superduo so you can exit into the top part. And I like to pull this really tight before I go into this top Superduo, like that. Okay, so we've exited here, and we're exiting between the 2 Superduos that we just put on here. So you're going to pick up 2 of your 2 O beads, and you're going to slip those in between your 2 Superduos like that. So you have 2 O beads in there like this. Then you're going to pick up a Superduo, or one of your Rounduos, and a Superduo. And then you're going to exit right into the next Superduo like this, placing those there. Pick up 2 O beads, exit into the next Superduo like that. Then you're going to pick up Superduo, a Rounduo, and a Superduo, and exit into the next Superduo like this. Okay. Then you're going to pick up 2 O beads like that. Now you're going to pick up your Superduo, your Rounduo, and your Superduo, and you're going to exit into the next Superduo like that. Okay. Pick up 2 O beads and into the next Superduo. And now you should pick up your last 2 Superduos like that. And there. And this is what you should have. It's kind of wonky because they're not sitting right yet, but they will be sitting right when we get finished with them. So not to worry, okay? Okay, now we're going to pick up, we've exited out of our Superduo, and actually we're exiting in the wrong way, so you need to go through your 2 O beads, your Superduo like this, like that, and then you need to pick up an 11O. And as you can see here, you've got your Superduo, your Rounduo, and your Superduo. So you're going to exit into the top part of your Superduo like that. Whoops, with your 11O on your needle. And you're coming out of the top of the one beside it, right adjacent to it. Okay? Now you're going to pick up a 6mm Firepolish, and you're going to go right into the next Superduo. Like that. And that's going to kind of push this bead forward, your Rounduo forward. As you can see, we're putting this in behind. So pick up 11O, go into the Superduo. That's right. I'm exiting out of this Superduo where I put my Firepolish in, and you can see the Superduo down in the bottom here, right below it. You're going to go into the top of that Superduo, like so, and then up into your two O beads. Like that. And pull tight. And you may have to straighten your beads out because that's not sitting straight, and I want it to be. Okay, so now you're going to pick up another one of your 11-ohs. Nope, sorry, not yet. We got to exit into the top of this Superduo. So that's the one right after you go into your two O beads. Go into your Superduo. So now you want to kind of push your Rounduo forward because you're working from the back. Pick up an 11-oh, exit into the Superduo, and push that Superduo behind your Rounduo. So make sure all your Rounduos are sitting all in one direction. And then you're going to pick up a 6-oh or 6 millimeter Firepolish, and you're going to exit into the next Superduo like that. And pull. Okay, pick up another, nope, exit down. Sorry, you got to pick up an 11-oh first, and then drop down and go into the Superduo here, right below where you're exiting, through your two O beads. If you can make it in one pass, that's fantastic. And pull like that. And we need to be exiting out of the Superduo at the right below the O beads, like so, pulling tight. And now pick up an 11-oh and exit into the, push your Rounduo forward like that, like that. And now pick up your 6 millimeter Firepolish and go into your next Superduo like that. Okay, drop down in, oh, pick up an 11-oh first, and then drop down into your Superduo, and then go through your two O beads like that. Like so. Okay. Drop down into your Superduo. Like that. Okay, move those forward. And there we go. Now we're going to pick up an 11-oh, exit into the Superduo. Very good. Alrighty. Come on, get in there. And now we'll pick up our last crystal AB Firepolish, and we're exiting here. And then we need to put one more 11-oh and drop down into the Superduo. Okay, and then just wiggle your needle and get back through these beads somehow, like that. Snagged on something. There we go. And pull tight. So this is what you should have so far. It's kind of like a diamond shape. Might want to zoom up a bit more. So this is what you have so far. Okay, you have all your Rounduos sitting here on top like that. Okay, so I'm just working to get my needle through here to be exiting out of that Rounduo in the center, because we're going to stick our Rivioli in there now. And I'm just going through the bottom holes and I'm actually in the bottom hole of that Rounduo just by going through the Superduos. Okay. Like that. And then I'm just going to bring my needle up and I'm going to exit in the top hole of that Rounduo. Got knots everywhere, so I'm just going to fix that up. Okay. Now you're going to pick up 2 15s, an 11/0, and 2 15s. And then you're going to jump across and go into the next Rounduo like that. Okay, and it's going to look like it doesn't fit or there's going to be a huge gap there, but don't panic because we're going to tighten it up. Okay, so there's that. Pick up 2 15s, an 11/0, and 2 15s. Go into the next Rounduo like this. Pick up 2 15s, 11 and 2 15s, into the next Rounduo. I'm in the top holes of the Rounduo, and as you can see, when we pull this tight, it's going to kind of cup it. Whoopsies. So 2 more 15s, an 11, 2 more 15s, and exit into the Rounduo. And this tail is kind of in my way, so let me thread it down through the bottom so it's no longer at the top of my work. Alright, so now what we're going to do, as you can see, there's kind of like a little hole right in here in the center. Well, this part of your Rivioli is going to sit right in there. Oops. Alright, you're going to have to fight with this for a wee bit just to get it going. But you are going to have to pull your work super, super tight. And you're going to have to push your Rounduos and keep pulling your work tight. Oh boy. I told you, it's going to be a wee bit of work, but it'll go. Okay. Push your Rounduos up over your Rivioli. Like so. And keep pulling it nice and tight. And then squish it together and give it a tug. And then your Rivioli will sit in there nicely. And now we're going to go right through all these beads again, pulling super tight. So I'm just exiting through all these beads. And that's what I didn't want it to do, but it did anyways. Just keep holding it, and as we get more around this circle that we made, or square, it'll start to tighten up. So don't need to panic. So I'm going to get going and pulling this tight again, pushing this Rounduo up over my Rivioli like this. Keep on doing that. Don't push too hard. Just enough that you don't see any threads and it's super tight in there and that Rivioli is not going anywhere. So I'm just going to hold that Rivioli down and go through this again. Like so. Through my Rounduo. And turn through here again. And I'm going to give it a good tight pull. And that's what we should have. Nice and snug in there. Snug like a bug in a rug. See? It's not going to move. So you've kind of made your foundation, your casing for your Rivioli. Pull this again. And now I'm going to go through these 2 15-0s, and I'm going to exit out of one of the 11-0s that's in the middle there where I'm beading in the center. Pull tight. Keep your work pulled tight. So we don't want that Rivioli to bounce out or move in any way, shape, or form because it's perfectly situated in the bottom. You can probably see the point of the Rivioli that's right centered in there. Okay, and I forget how many I picked up for here. I think it was just 2. So you're going to drop down here. Oh, no, I think it's 3. So pick up 3 15s. You're exiting out of your 11-0, and you're going to drop down into the this 11-0 right here. And then go right through the 11-0, the 2 Superduos, and through the 11-0, right below. So 11-0, 2 Superduos, 2 O beads, and an 11-0. And place those 3 beads right there. Pick up 3 more and go back into that 11-0 that you started in. And then you're going to go all the way around and do this to all your corners. Not corners, but your centers. Without loosening your center at all. Trying to keep mine tight, that I don't move my Rivioli until I get some stitches taken in there. So this is what you should have on all the sides here, okay? So go through your Rounduo, a 15-0, and an 11-0. So I'm in the center of those beads, okay? I'm going to pick up 3 15s, and I'm going to go through the 11-0, the 2 O beads, and the other 11-0 that's in that bottom right there, like that. Okay. And pull tight. Pick up 3 11-0 or 3 15-0s, come back up and go back into this 11-0 you came out of, making a circle. And going in this way, like that. There. Like that. And in there. Okay, so we were, sorry, my doorbell rang. Of course. I'm still going through adding in my 3 seed beads on the side. And this is just going to really secure your Rivioli in there, because you really don't want your Rivioli to fall out. So I'm going through here, the 11-0, the 2 O beads. Well, I can't get that one in one pass. So I'm going to do it this way. Like that. And I'm going to pick up 3 more 15s and go back. And I think I only have 1 more to do. Yep. And there. Like so. Wow. Butterfingers or what? Holy moly. And I have a really fantastic idea for a bracelet with these new Rounduos, and I'm going to work on that. Pick up 3 and go through the 2 and through those. Give it a nice tight pull. Don't pull too hard that you pull and break your thread. 3 and through here. Oh, you see what I did over here? I knew I did something wrong when I was going to take that one stitch. So I'm just gonna pull my thread out, pull my needle off, and I'll be right back. I screwed up. Okay, I fixed my mistake and I continued on and finished the last side beads in here. So now I'm just going to exit through my Rounduo here, pulling tight, and then I'm going to drop down into the bottom hole if I can get in there, and I did, because I want to get into this this fire polish here, right? And then we need to get into this one, which I don't want to break any beads, but it's a little snug in here. Those are supposed to be tight in there. Okay, and I'm going to go exit into this fire polish. And I don't think you're going to see that thread. Yes, you do. I ain't cheating like that. It doesn't pay to cheat. So maybe I can do it from the back. It might be a little easier than try to get through the front. So I just slip my needle in the back there. Oopsies. Try to get into that Superduo. Maybe I can go into the top hole at least. Yes. Alright, now I'm just going to work my way across into these two O beads, and then I'm going to exit out of that fire polish. So I need to go into the 11O, into this Superduo, and then I could go into the Alright, now we're going to work from fire polish to fire polish. We're just going to skip everything in here, and then we're going to pick up one 6mm pearl, one 6mm pearl, one O bead, a 6mm pearl, an O bead, a 6mm pearl. So you should have 3 pearls and 2 O beads, and their O beads are in between the middle one there. And then you're just going to go into the next fire polish, like so, like that. Okay? A pearl, an O bead, a pearl, an O bead, and a pearl. And into the next fire polish, like so. So we have that. A pearl, an O bead, a pearl, an O bead, and a pearl. Into the next fire polish, like this. A pearl, O bead, pearl, O bead, and a pearl, like that. Okay, now you're going to exit all the way through. You're going to go through all these beads one more time just to reinforce this row because it is a little heavier. So I'm going through these one time. And I'm only using 6-pound Fireline, so we want it to be snugged right up. I'm going carefully through them all, through this. I think so. Whoopsies. Snagged on my pearls. And you can kind of see your threads, so you'll know where you began going through them. Okay, now so I have 2 strands through there. No, I have 1. There we go. Okay, so we've tightened this up, and this is what you have so far. It's even really pretty just like that. You don't have to make it like this. You can just leave it like that if you want. It's still really pretty. Okay, so we need to go and exit out of this last pearl here. So I'm exiting out of, this is the group of 3 with the 2 O beads. Here we're going to pick up an O bead, a black fire polish, I'm starting my new color, and an O bead. And you're just going to jump across and go into your pearls and sit those on top like so. Okay? You see that? It sits in there perfectly. So continue through these 3 pearls and the 2 O beads. Exit out of this pearl. Pick up an O bead, 6mm and an O bead, and exit into the pearl. Oops. Wow. In trouble seeing where the hole is? Really? Okay, and I've gone through all those. And that one. So we got an O bead, 6mm, and an O bead. Okay, and this is the last one. Now, when you finish, go through the first, so dry in here. Go through the first pearl and into the O bead, and then exit out of the second pearl, like that. Because now we're going to go through these again, only this time we're going to be adding seed beads on them. And the pearls got 11 O's, and the fire polish got 9 15 O's. So here we're going to put, wow, beads everywhere. We're going to pick up 7 11 O's. We're going to come around and make a circle like that and sit those on top. Now work your way through all of these beads here on the side, the O bead, the pearl, the O bead, and exit out of the fire polish now. And pick up 9 15 O's. And come around and make a circle like that, putting those on top. They're not going to stay like that, so continue around doing that, putting 7 11 O's on the pearls and 9 on the fire polish, and I'll come back and show you what to do next. Okay, so I finished my round here, putting all my seed beads on top of my 6mm, and now we're exiting out of the fire polish where we finished and the O bead. So I'm just gonna work my way across till I'm exiting out of this top pearl here in the middle. Okay, So I just went through all these beads here. And then I'm going to exit out of the wow, I forgot a seed bead in there, so I'm just going to add one. I need to exit out of the 4th bead. And there's only 6 here, so I really messed up, didn't I? Okay, so we are exiting out of, I just added one in there. Cheater. Okay. And now we're going to bring it down here, and we're going to pick up 2 15s. You're going to go down into this 11-0. That's where we did our sides and in the part of the middle here. And just exit out of the 11-0. No, I'm catching the 15-0 in there. Alright, let's go this way. There we go. So just exit out of that 11-0 that's between these Rounduos in the middle here. Okay? And put those 2 there. Pick up 2 more and go back into that 4th bead that you came out of and pull that tight. And now you're just going to work your way down again, back into this one and into the 15-0s, and now you're going to scant across this Rounduo, pulling that nice and tight. So exit out of your Rounduo. Now you're going to pick up let's see what we picked up in here. We need to pick up 4 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4 11-0s. Okay, oops, not yet. We got to exit in the middle here out of this 11-0 here in the front before we do anything. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh my God. No, I need to be out of that Rounduo. I've lost my mind. If anybody finds it, you want to return it to me? Pick up 4 11-0s like I was originally going to do. Now you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 and go into the 5th seed bead. So you're making a circle, and you're just going to pull that one down like that. Okay? So pick up 5 more, or 4 more, 4 seed beads, and go back into your Rounduo, like that. And now you've just made a circle, and you've attached your V shape there, your V shape there, and you're going to move along and go into the 11-0 now. Now we want to be in this 11-0. Pull tight, pick up 2 seed beads of 15-0s, and count the 4th bead on this group of 7 up here that you did, and you want to go in that bead making a circle. Okay, so pick up 2 more and go back into the 11-0, and then make your way across the 15-0s that are beside it and exit out of this Rounduo here in the corner. Like that. Like that. And you may not be able to do this all in one pass. Okay. Like that. Okay, so everything's all sitting nice and pretty. Make sure it is. And now you're just going to repeat what you did over here. You're going to pick up 4 11-0s. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th one you go. Like that. Bring it down. And pick up 4 more. And go back into the Rounduo like this. And pull. And there you go. So now you're going to go all the way around and complete that in the last 4 So you're going to do, on the pearl, you're going to add the 11-0s, and or on the pearl, you're going to add the 2 15-0s, and on the fire polish, you're going to add the 4 11-0s. And then when I get this finished, I'm going to come back and show you how to put this really pretty bail on. It's really gorgeous. I'll be back. Okay, so I finished that. So now we're just going to work our way back up into our pearl up here. So I'm just going to go through these two 15-0s, 11-0. Well, I'm only going to do 2 at a time because it's going to end up in yin yang when I get done. I just want to go through the 11-0. And it's probably not going to let me. There we go. Push these ones down. Whoopsies. There we go. So I'm exiting out of the 11-0, pulling all my work nice and tight. Sorry, beads. And now I'm just going to go up the 2 that I put on. I'm just working my way up to that pearl in the middle. So I'm going to go through those. And I'm following my thread path. So I'm not just going to go straight up because that's not my thread path. I went through this 11-0 in the center, and then I worked my way up through those 3 11-0s, and then into the pearl and exit out of the O-bead. Okay. And I want to kind of get this O-bead ready for use. So I'm just going to kind of wiggle it up. All right. Hopefully I can get in there. It doesn't look like it wants to let me though. Oh yeah, okay. So up here, the first thing I did is I picked up an 11-0, an O-bead on here. This is the bail we're making. So I picked up an 11-0 O-bead, Rounduo, and oh my gosh, these have blocked ends too, like the like the Superduos. There you go. Let's take 2 just in case I have another one. So a Rounduo, an O-bead, a Rounduo, an O-bead, a Rounduo, an O-bead, a Rounduo, an O-bead, and 11-0. So this is what you should have. Oops, where's my O-bead? Right there. And my 11-0. Okay, so this is what we've got on our needle. We've got our 11-0, an O-bead, Rounduo, O-bead, Rounduo, O-bead, Rounduo, O-bead, Rounduo, O-bead, and 11-0. Now we're just going to make a circle and go right through, but we're going to snag the 11-0, or the O-bead, the pearl, and the O-bead, okay, in our bail like so. And then we're just going to go all the way around and reinforce this one time. So go through all your beads again, just to reinforce. Oopsies, get down there. And through the base. And give it a good tight pull. Now, bring your needle up through the O-bead, the 11-0, the O-bead, and then hook into the second hole of the first Rounduo up there. So like that. So I'm in the second hole. I'm not in the same hole that I made the bail with. I'm in the second hole. So it looks like this. Okay? Now you're going to pick up 3 of your 15-0s, and you're going to go into the next top holes of the Rounduos like that. 3 15-0s into the next Rounduo, and 3/15 and into the Rounduo top ones. And then I'm going to catch the O bead and the 11/0 at the same time, and I'm going to go right through all of this again, and I'm going to reinforce it again. This time I'm going to go through the second round, so up through the top part of the O beads and through all the 15/0s, just to reinforce it again. So it'll tighten it up somewhat anyways. And through there. And one more time, because it still feels a bit loose to me. And then my pearl is probably about at the end of me going through it too many times. But that's what your bail should look like when you get finished with it. It'll look just like this one. Okay. So, up through this. I'm going to go through the outer ones again, the ones I just went through, because it'll probably tighten up even more if I go through those. There. There. And there. And there. And now it's time to tie off our thread. And that's it. Our lovely pendant is done, and I'm telling you right now, that Rivioli isn't going anywhere. It isn't moving. And it's kind of neat, because you kind of have this kind of, you know, sticking up at the back. So when this sits on you, it sits like this. It's really pretty how it sits. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I'm not going to bother showing you how to tie off. I mean, I'm sure you guys know how to do this. But that's it, guys. This is the gorgeous pendant, with the brand new beads that we got from Potomac Bead Company. And I want to thank you, Potomac Bead Company, for sending me these free beads to do some designs in. And I'm just going to show you the colors that I got. There's 7 tubes of free beads to work with. So they gave us 7 really gorgeous colors. Like, who doesn't love these colors? Are these not just simply beautiful? So we've got, this is just white, plain white. And then we've got the Jet AB that I worked with. And then we have this color here that I made the first pendant with. And this one's called Crystal Sunset Matted Round. So that's Crystal Sunset. It's a very gorgeous color. And then we have Green Teal Luster. Really pretty turquoisey kind of color. And they gave us the Aztec Gold. I love it. Just love that gold. This is by far my favorite. I have to admit, is the Crystal Magic Wine. And this is $7.49 for the, I believe the magic ones are $7.49. But these are gorgeous. These are like the O beads that I got. They look just like them. And look at how pretty. Are those not just gorgeous? Love them. So, I guess it's going to vary in price depending upon which colors you get. Oh boy, I can't get the bag in. Which colors you get. And I know I dropped one somewhere. There it is. Okay. And there's like, I think I heard Allie, who her and her husband own Potomac Bead Company, say there was 75 plus beads in here. So that's a lot of beads. Because and I think they're 5mm. They're perfect. And I mean, these here, you can do a lot of projects with them. If you want to check out Potomac Bead Company, their YouTube channel, Allie's made a few designs actually with these new Rounduo beads, and she made this one called a stained glass one, and it's absolutely beautiful. You've got to see it. But anyways, below the video in the description box will be the link to the Potomac Bead Company store, because that's the only place that you can purchase these gorgeous beads from. I'm telling you, you guys are not gonna regret buying them. They're so versatile, and there's so many things we can do with these. I have so many things running through my head that I get one thing and I forget, and then I move on to another thing. I came up here to make a bracelet, and this is what I ended up making. So I didn't do my bracelet. I rather had done this this gorgeous pendant. And I just want to show you too that you have to kind of push some of your O beads out that got snagged in. There we go. They just get pushed in when we were sewing here, and they don't look right like that. So just push your O beads out so they're nice and even, the same on the bottom, and if you see them anywhere else. So anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And don't forget to check out the Potomac Bead Company's link below and get yourself some of these wonderful Rounduos. They're like a super duo. They have the 2 separate holes, so you can work on the top, you can work on the bottom. And you can do many, many things with them, and you won't regret getting them. Anyways, have yourself a great week. I've got my first quilting tutorial up, and it, of course, took me 2.5 hours to do that one particular quilting tutorial. But it's just an introduction to sewing for people that are beginners, and that's what I promised, was I was going to make tutorials to teach you guys what I know. And I'm a self-taught person, and everything that I do, I have been self-taught. And I just want to share some of the way I do things. And you don't necessarily have to do anything the way I do it. You're welcome to go take this and turn it into whatever you want, whatever you like. And that's basically how you become a designer. You take ideas, you turn them into the way you like them, the way you see fit. And that's how you get your design. Anyway, I want you guys to have a great week and check out my quilting tutorial, and I'll see you all soon on the next video. Bye, everyone.